Hi guys. So my internship was at the local VA here in Evansville, and my supervisor is the Veterans Justice Outreach social worker, and her job is basically the liaison between veterans that are involved with the criminal justice system and then with the courts and then the VA, making sure that the veterans are set up with any and all services that they need, and then also providing any documentation that the courts might need, showing that the veteran is engaged or isn't engaged with services at the VA. And then the mission of the VA is to avoid unnecessary, or of the mission of the VGO, the Veterans Justice Outreach, the mission of her role is to avoid any unnecessary criminalization of mental illness and extended incarceration among veterans by ensuring that eligible veterans in contact with the criminal justice system have access to the Veterans Health Administration, mental health, and substance abuse services. So that's talking about the Veterans Treatment Court, and that brings me to my COPES project and my COPES question. My COPES question is, since Veterans Court is directly focused on the welfare of veterans, will there be an increased satisfaction / positive regard towards their Veterans Court experience if there's an increased military presence or courtesies and customs at the graduation session? So within my first few weeks of my internship, I was able to observe one of the treatment court graduation sessions, and there was 2 veterans that had graduated that day, and it was also held at the same time as the other treatment courts. Nothing else special happened for the 2 veterans other than they did receive a coin from the VJO, my supervisor. Other than that, it proceeded as normal as other treatment courts. So I thought, when thinking of the COPES project, how can we make this more significant, to display, how long and the things that it took to get them to that point. Most veterans in treatment court and veteran treatment court are in it for about 18 months, so about a year and a half of going through daily check-ins, weekly check-ins, depending on their phase, and then just to signify the significance of their military culture. So within the articles that I used, a lot of them spoke about the unique qualities of the Veteran Treatment Court and the extended support that they get through the Veteran Treatment Court. Unlike other treatment courts, there's a veteran mentor that participants get, and it's a fellow veteran who lives in the area and has dedicated and volunteered their time to help veterans that are in the treatment court. And so they have that added little bonus or structure to it. Veteran Treatment Court provides structure that, is similar to their time in the service, so it kind of is like another security blanket that they're used to and have already succeeded in that structure. And that kind of goes along with one of the articles. It also, it was from a Pennsylvania treatment court, and the judge and the attorneys really focus on the success that the veterans had during their time in service and kind of build upon that. So their thought is, well, you succeeded once in your life, you can do it again. So the data showed that veterans take great pride in their military service, and so this is a good tool or motivation to keep them going forward. While they take pride in their veteran status, they don't necessarily take pride in their involvement with the criminal justice system. So this is kind of a way for them to rise above and to seek that treatment that they need, whether for mental health, substance abuse, or both in some cases. So along with my COPES question and what the data explained, I'm just building upon that layer of support that is offered through the Veteran Treatment Court, along with playing about the importance of their military culture. If it is as important as the data was showing, then, as providers in the court, we need to signify that within that graduation session, so that if we are showing that, yes, we realize the pride that you have, how can we make it even better? How can we show that we really have listened to you and really respect what you have done for our country as well? So being able to do that my plan is in the next semester to start being in contact with veteran groups in the Evansville area, so AMVETS or the American Legion. There's also a support group called Point Man, and that is solely military group, and they meet, I think it's about once a month or every other week, and just a support group for the military members to talk amongst themselves, whatever it is that they're needing. So the plan is to contact these groups and to see if they would be willing to attend the graduation sessions, to bring flags, to bring memorabilia, just to bring more of a military presence to the courtroom, to show the veterans that they can still take pride in their military status and their veteran status. And then as they're moving forward with their treatment, they can look back upon that and have pride that, yes, it's, hard to get the treatment that you need and to follow through with the treatment. But the courts realized that, and this is what they did for them. They connected them to what they needed. They provided the support they needed to maintain their sobriety, and then, they celebrated their recovery at the graduation session. And if, what comes about it is also that the veterans not only take pride in their sobriety and in their recovery process, but they're also more willing to tell other veterans about what happened in their time in treatment court, and that they're willing to come back and to be new mentors for the new participants in the program, that they can show that they were there before, they can relate to the new people in the vet court and show that, look, I did this, you can do it too, that it's not going to be easy, but treatment court is the place to be if this is what you're needing. It offers a full range of services from everything that they would need. The judge, identifies them by name. They have a conversation with them. It's not like, other court proceedings. It's much more personable. So I think extending that to the graduation session is what's missing and what's needed. So the hope is, like I said, to be in contact with the other veteran groups and to get them involved and to agree and commit to come to the sessions. And they don't happen that often because it's time commitment by 18 months that they're in vet court. So during my internship, there's been 2 sessions so far. So, every few months. And hopefully that is something that is can be reached, and I can get enough support from the community, and in turn the community can see what good is coming out of the treatment courts and can publicize it and share the success stories, and to get that out there to help further support from new participation and just growing it and getting it out to even more communities or surrounding counties, because vet court isn't in all, it's a specialized treatment court, and the courts have to get certified and get their go through stuff as well to become able to house such a thing within their courts. So that would be like the bigger picture long term, and my mentor in the VGO at my VA, that's her hope, is that vet court is spread throughout the other counties that she covers as well. But to do that, they have to see the successes that are already happening to see the benefit of it. And that's the long-term goal or implication of this COPES project, and just to be able to, again, take pride and emphasize that support factor that it offers. So that's the gist of it, and what I've spent the last semester on. I look forward to hearing your guys' presentation as well. Thanks.